There is a war happening inside many people. Most never talk about it. From the outside, everything looks normal. They go to work. They speak politely. They continue with life. But inside, something is collapsing. A quiet conflict between two forces. The mind, trying to protect itself. And the heart, refusing to give up hope. And if you stay until the end, you may realize something surprising. Desperation might not be the enemy of faith. It might be the place where faith actually begins. When a person feels desperate, the brain reacts as if it is under threat. Stress hormones rise. Thoughts become defensive. Suddenly the mind starts whispering. What if this fails? What if nothing changes? What if you're asking for something that will never happen? These thoughts feel logical. But they are not always truth. They are protection. The mind is trying to shield you from disappointment before you even try. Because hope is dangerous. Hope means you care. And if you care, you can be hurt. So the mind prepares you for failure. Just in case. But something inside you refuses to accept that logic. You feel it late at night. You feel it when you stand quietly in prayer. A voice deeper than thought says, try again. Ask again. Do not give up yet. That voice is the heart. And the heart understands something the mind struggles with. Control is an illusion. At some point in life, every human being reaches a moment where effort alone is not enough. And in that moment, something powerful becomes possible. Trust. Spend enough time around people in crisis, hospitals, waiting rooms, places where life becomes uncertain, and you start to notice something. Desperation removes pretense. Successful people admit they are afraid. Confident people admit they feel powerless. Strong people suddenly realize they cannot control everything. And strangely, when the illusion of control disappears, people become more honest. Desperation strips away pride. It forces the human being to stand exactly as they are. No masks. No performance. Just need. The Quran tells us about the Prophet Zakariya, prophet. He had grown old. His wife had never been able to have children. By every rational measure, the future he wanted was impossible. Yet he continued to pray. Not with arrogance. Not with certainty that it would happen. But with humility. He admitted his weakness. He acknowledged the limits of his own power. And he asked anyway. That kind of prayer is rare. Because it requires complete honesty. Many people think faith means never feeling desperate. But history suggests something different. Some of the most powerful prayers ever made came from moments of complete vulnerability. Moments when a person had nothing left to rely on. No strategy. No certainty. No control. Only sincerity. And strangely, that is when something begins to change. Not always the situation immediately. But the person. Some people feel a quiet fire inside them. A discomfort with living a small life. A resistance to becoming numb. They feel pushed to change. To grow. To rebuild parts of themselves that are weak. That fire can feel exhausting. But it also has a purpose. It burns away illusion. It asks difficult questions. Will you stay comfortable? Or will you become who you are meant to be? Eventually every person reaches a breaking point. A moment where their plans fail. Their confidence cracks. Their pride collapses. And in that moment there are two possibilities. You can break completely. Or you can break open. Breaking closes the heart. Breaking open expands it. The difference is humility. When a person turns toward Allah honestly, without pretending strength, they begin to rebuild from a stronger foundation. Desperation is not the opposite of faith. It is faith without decoration. It is the moment when a person stops pretending they have control and simply asks for help. History remembers people who prayed from that place. People like Zakariya. People who stood before Allah with nothing but sincerity. And sometimes the moment you feel most broken is the moment you finally become ready to be rebuilt. But understanding the war inside your mind is only the beginning. Because the real question is, what happens when you try to change your life and everything around you pulls you back? This is the Synthesis Lab, where reflection becomes clarity.